Well, I can really say that it opened a whole new level of opportunities and jobs that are out there that I did not know about before. That helped me to, I guess, learn more about what's out there and help me decide what I want to do for my future.
What happens when students ask for more and their community listens? What happens when businesses, educators, and community leaders say yes to relevance, to access, to opportunity? This is what happens. A student-led idea becomes one of the most innovative work-based learning programs in the country. Welcome to AIME, where education meets the real world. In 2013, a group of students from Anaheim High School made an extraordinary request. They stood before Anaheim City Council, not with complaints, but with a vision. They didn't come to ask for new textbooks or school buildings. They came to ask for a future. They asked Anaheim to become a P21 city, committed to 21st century learning that connects education to real-world skills. They weren't asking for change in the classroom. They were asking the city to believe in their potential and to build a bridge between their dreams and the world of work. Their voices sparked a movement, and the city listened.
So when I was mayor, I would think, how would a kind city respond? And that's what I did when the students showed up. How would a kind city respond when they said we need some help? I went around and actually set up appointments with business CEOs, and I said, okay, here's what we want. We want you to get involved. There's all sorts of different ways of mentoring, but I'm not asking for your money. We don't want your money. We want your kindness. And everyone I spoke to said absolutely.
From that moment, the Anaheim Union High School District partnered with city leadership, local businesses, and nonprofit organizations to launch what would become AIME, Anaheim's Innovative Mentoring Experience. AIME began as a bold experiment in student agency and became a national model for work-based learning. What began as the P21 Community Mentorship Program has since grown into a model of innovation, partnership, and purpose. In the early days, it was simple: a one-day career exploration field trip, small group mentoring sessions, and partnerships with nonprofits to support student potential. But even then, something bigger was taking shape. As more students stepped forward and more businesses opened their doors, the vision grew. The program was reborn as AIME, Anaheim's Innovative Mentoring Experience, a name that reflects both our city and our commitment to changing lives. Today, AIME offers 4 powerful ways for students to explore potential careers. Tier 1, career exploration events, one-time engagements that open the door. Tier 2, career mentoring series, a deeper connection through ongoing mentoring relationships between industry professionals and students. Tier 3, professional internships, real-world experiences that prepare students to be young professionals. And Tier 4, teacher externships, where educators step into industry and return with ideas that transform their classrooms. Each tier builds a bridge from curiosity to confidence, from school to career. Because in Anaheim, we believe that every student deserves more than a diploma. They deserve an opportunity to find direction, guided by their own sense of purpose. And while AIME began in Anaheim, its impact reaches beyond our city walls, connecting students and industry partners across Anaheim, Buena Park, Cypress, La Palma, and Stanton, and even virtually with companies as far away as New York City, extending real-world opportunities to every student we serve. What happens when a city invests in its youth? What happens when education is reimagined as a collaboration? This is what happens.
Every year, we are so blown away by our AIME students. Each year, we feel like students could not get any better, and then the next year, they just blow us away even more. It's amazing what the district is able to put out in terms of these students' skills and abilities. They are confident, they are curious, they are incredibly intelligent, they ask the best questions, they bring so much to us. They have a different and unique way of thinking about things, and they're not shy to let us know, hey, you guys do these things really great, but have you ever thought about this? And we really appreciate that different perspective. They are all so dedicated, so motivated, and they are an inspiration to all of us.
And so you go into it thinking that I want to help. I want to do something. I want to engage with our young people in the city of Anaheim. And then you realize that it's a two-way street. They're also giving. And us as individuals, as mentors, we've gotten as much out of the program, I think, as the students do.
At the museum, we're really big on access and making sure that museums are accessible to all students. But we show that there's so many different things that you can do, and we provided a lot of information about how we got to this place. A lot of our paths were not linear, and we really wanted to explain that to the students and show what is realistic for them and provide an accessible experience that was meaningful to them.
It's never too early to expose your students to different career paths and opportunities. And I think what I learned at the externship is that it is very important to include these possible careers and all of these different industries that my students are going to be part of one day into the curriculum.
Originally, before I started the internship when I was at school, I would get all these surveys and I'd be like, what is this? Why am I doing this? But when I started my internship and I started seeing the people who worked on these forums, the people who used the data from those to come to really meaningful conclusions and to start making actual change, it really made me realize the human face of all those applications, and it really made me realize just how important everything that we do is.
I was invited to be an internship coordinator for our first summer, which was in 2016. That first summer with our interns, getting to see them go out in the world and show, our business partners in the community what we already knew about our students, which was that they were curious, excited, hardworking, and had a lot of skills to offer. It was so exciting and empowering.
It's kind of made me realize that soft skills are also pretty important too. The transferable interpersonal skills, right? And things like being able to network with people and being able to find value in something that's not necessarily in your field or in your major, but still applicable.
And I think the more that students are exposed to work, to volunteer situations, to real life settings instead of academic ones, the more at ease they are in finding their way in what is the real world outside the classroom.
I mean, and whether it be in health, engineering, IT, arts, and media, we're helping students see and be usually what they can't see. And we're opening those doors to the community and creating those partnerships. And it really is the future of Orange County.
My hope for the AIME program is that it reaches all of our students. We've reached thousands and thousands of our students, but not every student in AUHSD has participated in an AIME experience by the time they graduate. Our hope is that we can support all of our students and provide that sense of direction and sense of purpose for them so that they know they're on the right track when they're making their college and career plans. AIME is more than a mentorship program. It's about building a resilient, prepared, and connected community. 10 years ago, a group of students walked into City Hall with a vision. Today, that vision has changed over 35,000 lives and counting. But this story isn't finished. In fact, it's just beginning. If you're a business leader, you can open a door. If you're a philanthropist, you can help scale opportunity. If you're an educator, you can spark a connection. If you're a student, you can take the first step. Join us. Be part of the next chapter. Be the reason a student sees a future they never thought possible.
I didn't really think that I was enough for a program like this. In the beginning, I came in with a kind of let me just do this just because, not really thinking myself was enough and just doing it because of my friends. But then I came out of it having new experiences and really feeling like I could take an environment with kids in the future. So I learned more about me in the process.
This is Anaheim's story. This is AIME. Let's shape the future together.